Spooky.
Who would have thought that watching the Haunted Mansion would give you that? Welcome to the show. All right, we ready? How do I start it again? Welcome back.
Sorry.
This is going great.
Boo? To you.
Yeah, that should totally be the entrance to the song, to the thing.
That should be the entrance to the song of the thing. Welcome back to another episode of Derek and Bethany React, where we react to real estate, movies, shows, anything that you can see on any platform about real estate. And we let you know if we think it's realistic or not. Today's a pretty cool one. Boo. Anyways, Bethany, would you like to let them know what we're watching?
Yeah, so today we are watching The Haunted Mansion.
Evers and Evers. Get it?
It's love, isn't it? Sometimes you walk into a house and you take one look around and you know. And you say, this is for me.
Oh, I think it's perfect. It's just what we've been looking for.
There aren't enough plugs. Hey, wait a minute, Mr. Coleman now. That place that I showed you over on Sycamore Street, that place was absolutely positively loaded with plugs.
That's right. There were plenty.
Yeah, but the steps were too high. When we get older, we could trip.
Every house we look at, you find something to pick at.
I just know what I like.
All right. Let's go ahead and stop it right here. First off, Eddie Murphy is a baller. So I want to just say that. First and foremost, indecisive buyers are real. And it's okay to be an indecisive buyer because you're buying a asset or an investment that is one of your largest investments of your entire life. So we say that all the time. We want to help you make smart moves with one of the biggest decisions of your entire life, biggest investment. So I understand that they're playing off as if this is unrealistic. This is very realistic. That happens all the time in real estate. Husband, wife. Husband doesn't like the house, so he'll pick it apart. Wife doesn't like the house, so she'll pick it apart. It happens all the time. So just understand that that is a thing and that is real. However, it's okay if that's the case because you both want to love the house. And if you don't love it, you don't need to buy it. And as a realtor, it can get to a point where you can get a little frustrated, but at the end of the day, like you have to understand this is just part of it. This is real estate. That's where we're at. That's why we're here, is to help him make those right decisions. So we're going to see if Eddie Murphy does it.
And we talk about at the beginning when we talk to you, like, what are your deal breakers? So, like, if plugs are really your deal breaker, then okay, cool. I mean, people do that with, like, Christmas. Like, you'd be surprised, especially Christmas time rolls around. Like, does it have enough plugs on the inside, on the outside? Like,
What did we have that one time?
Definitely.
We had that one client that it was a new construction and they were like, okay, do you want any outlets on the outside? And they said, this is where we wanted to talk to you. And they literally put 1 to 3 outlets in soffits all around every corner of the house and every entrance of the house, including the garage. And the reason why is because they're obsessed with Christmas and they have so many lights that they want plugs for every single light that they have. So we spent like an hour and a half.
Okay.
And that's okay. That's
But
okay. And it's real.
people do have deal breakers.
But they have deal breakers. They're like, if we can't do this.
Yeah.
Hey, Maureen and Gary. All right, just like I promised, here's the offer. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We are so grateful.
This is a cause for celebration. Let us buy you a drink.
Oh, no, really, I can't. I gotta get going. My wife's waiting for me.
Oh, no, but this is such a big deal for us. Please, we have to celebrate.
I really can't.
We
I'm late.
insist. Please.
Okay. Let me also say that if you're in the middle of about to sign a contract, you are not allowed to be inebriated in the middle of the contract because they can, at some point, if they decide that this was a bad idea, come back and put this on you as if
it too.
Yes, as if it was your fault and they can sue you as an agent. Sorry, just wanted to say that.
And clearly they're drinking.
Yeah, they're also drinking too, so probably not a good idea to sign it right here because that's a good point. Because if they're drunk and they can say, well, I was drunk, and now you have a whole lawsuit on your hands and you just don't want to do that. So when you're an agent, you need to be as professional as possible. Take them to either an office, maybe meet at a restaurant, but no drinks, like just
Coffee shop.
coffee shop is always a great one, but you do not want to have drinks in the middle of a contract signing or contract negotiations. You don't want to do any of that.
Yeah. Which, I don't know when this was.
He has a flip phone. I didn't realize how old this
Made.
movie was.
So now it's a little different with contracts. We
I wonder
just
when this was-
send it on
when did this
over,
come
and
out?
most of the time they just sign.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Aloha.
Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, excuse me, did I hear you correctly? Did you just sell their house?
I sure did. Because we're looking to buy.
Oh, man, have I ever been there before.
Yeah.
How many times has that happened to us? Or me, especially if I'm like, hey, I'm trying to get somewhere, and I'm like, hey, I'll be there in a minute, and then all of a sudden I'm an hour late, and you're like, where were you at? It's just this guy was at the gym, and we got to talking, and all of a sudden he wants to buy a house, and we're going to look at houses tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you're like,
It's random.
and then what do you do? As agents, you are what's called a self-employed individual.
Yeah.
You are 1099, self-employed. Every deal counts.
Yeah.
And every year you start over from scratch. You're zero. You're at a net zero every year. So when you have opportunities like this, you don't have a choice. You have to jump on it.
You're on call.
It's
pretty
your
much all the
livelihood.
time. Yeah.
You're on
Yeah.
call.
I will have to say you're pretty good about being like, well, let me call you tomorrow. I feel like in this situation, we'll see what he does, but I feel like you would probably say,
Depending.
depending.
If it's my anniversary, yes, 100%.
I'm joking.
100%.
I do feel like you're, yeah, I guess. We'll
But
see.
outside of that, like, oh, okay, no worries. This is my anniversary. Let me go ahead and get your information. That's a big one that I like to tell people. Don't give a business card. If you're an agent, do not give out a business card, ever. Don't do that. You want to literally get their information. Don't give your phone number to them either, because they'll never call you.
Yeah.
You need to get their information. Perfect. Let me get your phone number. Let me get your email really quick. What's your names? Okay, great. I will give you a call first thing in the morning. What's a good time?
Hi, Sarah. My name's Teddy. Your husband told me to tell you that he loves you very much, but sometimes he loses track of the time.
I'm sorry I'm late. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yes. Look at what he brought you. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, you know you have a wonderful husband that thinks about you like that on your anniversaries. You're so fortunate.
It's beautiful.
You know, it's actually Teddy's fault that I'm late. He had a little accident in the back seat, cotton all over the place, but I cleaned it up.
It's okay. I forgive Teddy.
Hey, come on, Sarah.
Okay, so let's talk about husband and wife in real estate for a second.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
That's terrifying. Maybe I shouldn't. Why would you not just tell her if she's a real estate agent that I got a buyer? Now I need you to answer and tell me what your thoughts would be if I said not what he said, but if I was like, but I got a buyer. I'll say it's $1 million buyer. What would you do?
Yeah, I mean.
Happy anniversary, I got you $1 million buyer.
I would think Derek would call me or, let
would.
me know that that was happening. And I guess he didn't. It didn't look like he did. He just showed up with a teddy bear.
And a watch to gaslight.
Which I would probably not be happy with a teddy bear. I would just be like, it's fine. We'll do a dinner another night. But that's just me.
You would just be fine.
I mean, I would be upset about it.
Okay.
But if you had have called me, we're very much like if you call me, if you text me and let me know, because there's been
Then we're good.
incidences where I've been late to think, it just happens.
So for us, I think it's very much about communication. So if you're a husband and wife team and you, or you're about to become a husband and wife team and you don't know what it's going to be like, the biggest thing is you have to communicate across the board. If you're not communicating, it's never going to work. Mm-hmm. So, hey, I'm going to be late. I just got us a buyer. Sorry, I'll be there ASAP. Or whatever it is, you just have to communicate that.
I think it's hard to like separating the two. I mean, we could go into a whole thing, but separating
So
the two
hard.
between work and family and
Life.
because sometimes it's like, oh, well, that's all we talked about today was some real estate. So we have to
Or
make
this week,
sure
we
that
haven't talked about anything but real estate.
we separate the two.
Yeah, it's tough,
So yeah,
but it's a lot of fun.
it is a lot of fun.
We enjoy it.
However, from your photograph, he thought you to have a trustworthy face. About your husband, he felt differently.
Oh, you got our flyer.
The master had wished to meet you tomorrow evening.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but tomorrow I've got plans that can't be broken. Excuse me a second.
What's that?
Just someone calling about repping a house.
What's the address? Where is it? Sarah, do you know where this place is? All the places up here like big multi-million-dollar mansions. This could be big.
And what about our big family adventure?
It's just a little detour.
Yeah, so there's some red flags there. If anybody ever asked me to come alone and not bring my husband, then that would definitely be a red flag.
Especially if you have a kind face.
Yeah, so
I'd be like,
they're on their way to their family vacation, and now they're about to stop and stop by the house, and
I think it's
we'll
gonna
see
end
what
badly.
happens. But we've definitely had to do that before. Derek and I.
Sounds like a personal story.
Derek and I definitely have had to show houses on the way to dates and on the way to dinner and on the way for family pictures and on the way to.
Keep it going, baby.
There's lots of things.
Yeah. We're
'Cause
just going.
We want to be able to provide that for our client, to be able to show them houses
And it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's just part of it.
Really, the Selma property? Tomorrow? Wow, I'm kind of out of town right now. Hey, but hey, listen, maybe I could come back early. Oh, no, I can't come back early.
that's why we have somebody on our team to help us.
One big reason why we started a team, not just for her and I to be able to promote the trainer group as a husband and wife team, we wanted to add on an agent who both of us share. He's been a friend of mine for years, but both of us share the same passion, and it's our family, and it's traveling and vacations in general. And as a real estate agent, proof is in the pudding right there. That is so true. You get a call, they say you go on vacation, you're gonna sell a house as an agent. So if you're on the 3 months of no selling houses, you just go on a vacation. You're gonna get 10 calls, and they're all gonna be right when you don't need them or want them, but you're gonna take them, and you're gonna talk to them, and you're gonna sell a house. But anyways, that's what always happens.
You're not going to be able to come back early.
And you can't come back early. So you gotta just understand that if you're on vacation, this stuff does happen. You are going to get calls constantly. If I have a showing and I need somebody to show, boom, I have a showing agent. Or vice versa. If they're out of town, we'll show for them. Mm-hmm. So the team aspect is extremely important because the help is there. Mm-hmm. But if you're an agent that's an individual agent and you're out of town, just like him, he can't come and show the property because he's out of town. Well, I don't have anybody else to show. So you might lose a deal, and that's something that's really hard to swallow. Like, you don't want to lose a deal. So anyways, I think it's super important for that. But this stuff happens all the time. Go on vacation, you sell a house.
Those must be termites.
Let me be clear. You do not have to disclose if a house is haunted or if someone has died in there, here in Tennessee at least. But you're not required to disclose that. So if you've ever bought a house and you're like, oh, there's all kinds of hauntings here, I'm gonna sue the seller because they didn't tell me. They didn't have to. So just saying. Understand that hauntings or deaths, the biggest one is death, is like, hey, has anybody died here? I've had people ask me that when I'm showing them a house. And I'm
Try
like,
to look it up.
I don't know. If you can find something on it, sure, but I don't know. They didn't disclose it, or a seller has never unfortunately had a death in their house that I've ever sold. But if they did, I can't require them to disclose it. So yeah, keep that in mind.
Seems like a great strategy for a ghost who's trying to capitalize on this market.
Okay. It's such a Kyle thing to say. Golly.
Oh man.
So was this realistic? I think honestly, this is probably one of the most realistic movies / shows we've ever watched. And it all happened in the first 20 minutes of the entire movie.
Yeah.
And just step by step by step, what it's like to be a real estate agent with a wife that's a real estate agent. Like, this is it. Who would have thought that watching The Haunted Mansion would give you that?
Yeah.
A true depiction of what it's like to be a real estate agent. They joke. That's what's so funny, is you listen to him, and because it's Eddie Murphy, he's funny, but he says stuff as a joke, but I'm like, but that's realistic.
Yeah.
Like, that's true. This kind of stuff happens. Yeah. So do I think it's realistic? Very much so. Do you think it's realistic?
Yes, very much so.
I mean, I don't know what else to say.
The eating the dinner and all of that creeps me out, but.
What? Remember, we are real estate agents here in Middle Tennessee. So if you have thought about buying, selling, buying an investment property, selling an investment property, personal residence, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to talk about when it comes to real estate, we're professional realtors. We would love to help you in Middle Tennessee. So please reach out to us so we can help you with all your real estate needs.
Thank you for watching another episode of Derek and Bethany Reacts. If there are any movies or shows that you would like for us to react to, leave them in the comment section below. Bye.
See you guys.
Happy Halloween.
Boo to you and you and you and boo to you and you. Bethany hates it when she's in a hurry.
I'm not in a hurry.
You're like, we got stuff to do today.
You do. You're the one who's got stuff to do.
Call back to, I think so.
Oh man, I'm burning up. All right, here we go. Somebody's tired, and that somebody's me.
Me too.
Can you move your water out of the way?
Why?
Because you don't need no water mug in here. Welcome back to another episode of Derek and Bethany React, where we react. Why'd you do that with your eyebrows, bro?
Because Bethany was not ready.
It's okay though. I got ready really fast.
All right, you ready? Really fast?
Yeah.
All right, you want to go super fast speed?
Go.
Oh my God.
It's about a family who comes to face to face.
It's about a family that comes in face.
Sorry.
Face to face. It's a very large purpose. Why did I do this? Can I start over on this?
Thank you for watching another episode of Derek and Bethany React.
You want to do it again? Because you sound like a robot.
I was about to say smart moves.
All right, do it again.
Like, I don't know.
All right, no, you've never done that.